conducting sheet as well as the charged non-conducting sheet. And in the combination of sheets, middle what is the electric field intensity and how the charge will be distributed if two conducting plates, if you brought it near to each other, how charge will be redistributed, how the charge distribution will takes place, we discussed in the last class. Now the Gauss law will go to the last application, that is electric field intensity due to charged conducting sphere as well as a charged non-conducting sphere. So in that case we will be discussing. So now first one, electric field intensity due to charged conducting sphere or shell, we can write charged conducting sphere, or we can also write as a shell. If you taken a charged conducting sphere and shell, let us take a charged sphere, so whose radius is capital R. Now we are given a charge Q for it. The charge will be, we know this is a conducting sphere, the charge will be distributed over this surface uniformly. So the charge is distributed uniformly over it. The charge given to the sphere is Q. The charge on the sphere is Q, and as well as the radius is capital R. Charge density you can write surface charge density sigma equal to Q by 4 pi R square. So there is a surface charge density here. Now we will take the three cases as we seen in the previous cases of the cylinder and K. So the field intensity outside of the sphere, on the surface of the sphere, as well as inside of the sphere. What are the electric field intensities? Those cases we will be discussing. The first one, inside the sphere. So first we will go for the outside of the sphere. Outside of the sphere. Outside of the sphere means we know the distance whatever we are taking, that is greater than the radius of the sphere. So that case we will be discussing first. So you can observe, if you taken a point, this one, this is the point P, where we took this point is at a distance smaller, which is greater than the capital R. Here we need to determine the electric field intensity due to this conducting charged sphere. So how can we find, means the procedure we know, we need to be construct one imaginary surface, that is surface name called Gaussian surface, whose radius is R. We can enclose this by constructing one imaginary sphere only. So here we need to be consider a sphere whose radius is R. So it can be enclosed this sphere, that imaginary sphere we can call it as a Gaussian sphere. This is a Gaussian sphere. Now we know the electric field intensity is radially outwards in all the directions. Here the electric field intensity is E, which is radially outwards, E. So on this Gaussian surface, if you imagine a small surface, this is a small surface. The surface will take it as the surface area ds bar. This is radially outwards. So electric field intensity E bar as well as the area vector ds bar both are along the same direction. Then theta equal to 0, between electric field intensity and area vector. Now, if you apply the Gauss law, then according to Gauss law, we have dot flux, that is integral E bar dot ds bar equal to 1 by epsilon naught times the net charge enclosed by the Gaussian surface. So that is here the Gaussian sphere, how much charge it is enclosed. So E dot ds, and here E and ds both are along the same direction. So E ds cos 0 we can write. So we can write that as integral E ds, that is equal to 1 by epsilon naught times the q net. What is the charge enclosed by it? The charge enclosed by the surface is q. Here we have this Gaussian surface enclosed by this charge. What is this charge? They given as q. Therefore, we can write q. And we understand one point here: the electric field intensity at a particular distance here is always remains same magnitude. So, radial outwards at every point over the Gaussian surface, the electric field intensity magnitude is remains same. Then we can write E outside integral ds is equals to 1 by epsilon naught times the q. Integral ds is nothing but surface area of what? Here Gaussian surface area. What is the Gaussian surface area? Here radius is smaller and Gaussian surface area is 4 pi r square because it is a spherical in shape. So 4 pi r square, that is equal to 1 by epsilon naught times into q. Then if you rewrite this, so E outside equal to 1 upon, so 4 pi if you got it, 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught into, you can write as a q by r square. See, 4 pi if you brought it here, 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught q by r square. This is the electric field intensity outside of the conducting sphere. We can write this expression in terms of what? Charge density also. So if you write like that, in terms of charge density, let us see. In terms of charge density, we have q equal to sigma into 4 pi r square. If you write that, q equal to sigma into 4 pi r square, that if you write in this expression, so E outside equivalent to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught. Q means you can write sigma into 4 pi r square by small r square. Then 4 pi is going to be cancelled. Then we can write sigma by epsilon naught into capital R by small r whole square. So this is the electric field intensity what outside of the conducting sphere in terms of charge density. Or else generally if you write in terms of charge only, we have the expression, that is general expression due to point charge at a distance r. What is the expression we have? Same kind of expression we have here, that is 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught q by r square. Now we go to the second case, that is what is the electric field intensity on the surface? On the surface in the sense, this smaller will becomes to capital R. If smaller becomes to capital R, you can directly write by just modifying these expressions. In these expressions, what changes you can implement here is, in place of smaller, you can write capital R, as well as here also you can write in place of smaller, you can write the capital R. Then you will get the expression for it. So in the next case, so second one, on the surface of the sphere. Let us see this case here. On the surface of the sphere. Second case, on the surface of the sphere. On the surface of the sphere is smaller equal to capital R. So this is actually outside. Directly in place of smaller, if you write capital, what is the on the surface expression? On the surface you can write 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught q by r square. Or else you can also write in terms of charge density, E on surface you can write as a 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught. Here in place of smaller, if you write capital gets cancelled, then you will get only sigma by epsilon naught. It remains constant. You observe E on the surface is 1 upon 4 pi epsilon q by r square. R is the radius of the sphere. It remains constant. Or else in terms of charge density also sigma by epsilon naught. Charge density also remains constant. But E outside, if you observe it, E outside is inversely proportional to distance square. But observe that E outside is inversely proportional to distance square. But E on the surface remains constant and it is the maximum value. Okay, so I am writing again clearly that E outside is inversely proportional to distance square and E on the surface remains constant. And E inside, how much it will be there means, that's a third case we will be discussing that. What is the electric field intensity inside the conducting sphere? Now we are going to discuss that one. Third case, inside the conducting sphere, smaller, less than capital. If you take inside, means if you take it inside, what will happen is, we observe the case is like this. If you taken a point which is inside it, here, this is the point P, smaller is less than capital. So we need to be construct one Gaussian sphere taking the radius as smaller. Now you observe this Gaussian sphere is present inside and inside charge is 0. Means this Gaussian surface does not enclose any charge. Then we can write that from Gauss law, integral E bar dot ds bar equal to 1 by epsilon naught times the net charge. The net charge enclosed by the Gaussian surface. But Gaussian surface is inside. Inside no charge is present in case of conducting sphere. So net charge is 0. So we can write as a net charge is 0 means 1 by epsilon naught times the 0 in the sense totally 0. Integral E bar dot ds bar is 0 means electric field intensity is also be 0 inside. Therefore electric field intensity E equal to 0. It is inside. Then you observe the things. Outside the electric field intensity is inversely proportional to distance square. On the surface the electric field intensity is constant, that is a sigma by epsilon naught, or else you can write 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught into q by capital R square. Inside, if you are taken inside, there is no charge present. That's why the electric field intensity inside the sphere is 0. So these terms, if you know, then we can draw the variation of electric field intensity with respect to distance curve. Let us see. Just I am rewriting the results what we discussed now. Then we draw the curve. Electric field intensity inside, that is 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught, so outside 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught q by r square. Then from this what you can write, E outside inversely proportional to distance square, as well as E on the surface. E on the surface is 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught q by capital R square. This is constant and maximum. Next, E inside is 0. Now these things, if you keep it in mind, and if you can draw the curve, we'll get like this. The variation of electric field intensity with respect to distance. The variation of electric field intensity with respect to distance, the curve will becomes like this. By taking electric field intensity on y-axis and distance on x-axis, and it is exact center inside point, you can observe that from center to the surface, that is small or equal to capital R means it is surface. From center to the surface, that is this region is inside the sphere. So inside the sphere, what electric field intensity is 0, and the maximum value is exactly on at the surface. That value, how much we have, that is 1/4 Q by R square, or else you can also write this as sigma by epsilon naught. This is sigma by epsilon naught. And outside you observe it is what happens, the electric field intensity is inversely proportional to distance square. So the electric field intensity is inversely proportional to the distance square. Now we can write from here the electric field intensity inversely proportional means the nature of the graph is a rectangular hyperbola. The curve will becomes like this. That is E outside inversely proportional to distance square, and the E up to here the electric field intensity is 0, and at this point the electric field intensity is sigma by epsilon naught. So this is the variation of electric field intensity with the distance in the case of what? The case of conducting sphere. So this is, as you see, the same kind of graph you can observe in the case of the electric field intensity in the conducting cylinder case also, similar type of graph you observe. So in the case of conducting cylinder, we see the same kind of graph. There, here the same scenario will be repeated. The thing is the construction. There Gaussian cylinder you will construct around the charger body. Here Gaussian sphere you will construct around the charger body. That's it. Next we will go for the, here we finished that electric field intensity due to charged conducting sphere. Now we will go to the another case, that is electric field intensity due to non-conducting sphere. So what is the difference? Conducting and non-conducting means you know well. Conducting means the charge will be resides only over the surface. Inside electric field intensity be 0. And why this happens also we discuss the reason. And as well as non-conducting means it is like insulating materials. The charge will be present throughout the body. Now we will go to that case. Electric field intensity due to charge and non-conducting sphere. Here we will go for the charged non-conducting sphere. Electric field intensity due to charged non-conducting sphere. Now I am taking a non-conducting sphere. So whose radius is capital R, and throughout the body, because it is of non-conducting, throughout the body the charge will be distributed uniformly. Throughout the body the charge will be distributed uniformly. Then the charge density here is rho, because volume charge density will take as a rho, and let us take that the charge is Q on this body. The charge on the body is the charge of the body is Q, and charge density will be discussed as charge density is rho. You know charge density rho is nothing but charge per unit volume. You can write. This is rho. Let us see the three cases again will be repeated. That is electric field intensity due to this charged non-conducting sphere outside of it, on the surface, as well as the what inside. But here the electric field intensity inside is not zero, so that we will discuss it. First case I am going that outside of the sphere, outside of the sphere, that is a smaller distance, the point distance is greater than the radius of the sphere. Now I am taking a point. This is the point P. Choosing this point P outside of the sphere. Now, due to this charged non-conducting body, here what is the electric field intensity? We need to be finding out. So what is the procedure? No, we know already we are proceeding the same procedure. We have to construct one Gaussian, imaginary Gaussian surface, that is nothing but Gaussian sphere having the radius is smaller. Now I am doing the same thing. I am constructing one Gaussian surface whose radius is r. Now in this, a small area element if you are taken, this area vector is ds bar, and as well as the electric field intensity is radially outwards in all the directions. The electric field intensity, that is E bar, is also be along the same direction of area vector. Then both are along the same direction means theta equal to 0. Then if you follow the procedure, we have the electric field intensity outside we can find by using the Gauss law. According to Gauss law, what we have, integral E bar dot ds bar equal to 1 by epsilon naught times the net charge enclosed by this Gaussian sphere. So integral E bar dot ds, and anyhow it is E ds. So E is remains constant at every point over the surface. That's why E constant in the sense we can take it outside of the integration. So integral ds is equals to 1 by epsilon naught times the charge enclosed by the Gaussian surface, means here charge enclosed by the Gaussian surface is q. You can write as a q here. Then integral ds in the sense the surface area of the Gaussian sphere, that is 4 pi small r square, that is 1 upon equal to 1 by epsilon naught times the net charge. Then we can write E equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into q by r square. You observe this expression. So this expression as similar to the non-conducting body, we have the same expression even in case of non-conducting body. But the thing is, if you write in terms of charge as charge density, how it is going to be changed, you can write charge in the sense q equal to charge density rho into volume of this sphere. What is the volume of this sphere? 4 pi 3 pi r cube. Then if you write that in the expression, E outside equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught, q place we will write rho into 4 by 3 pi r cube by, here we can write as a r square, 4 by 3 pi r square. Then we have the expression like this, 4 pi gets cancelled. So rho by 3 epsilon naught into rho by 3 epsilon naught into, you can write like this, r cube by r square. So rho by 3 epsilon naught into r cube by r square. Or else you can also write this as rho by 3 epsilon naught into r by r whole cube into small r. Then we have the expression that electric field intensity is, otherwise you can leave like this. So electric field intensity is inversely proportional to r square, as well as here also outside electric field intensity inversely proportional to r square. So I am writing that E outside is inversely proportional to distance square. This is the expression we have. Now, if you going to take on the surface means what changes we can make it here is the smaller place we need to be write the capital. So expression you observe it outside of the sphere. So the procedure we followed, we have the expression is 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught q by r square. But charge, if you want to write in terms of charge density, here charge place, the charge is distributed over the surface completely. That's why volume charge density into volume of the sphere. So volume of the sphere if you multiply, so the rearrangement if you done, you will get the final expression like this: rho by 3 epsilon naught into r cube by r square. So E outside is inversely proportional to distance square, because R is a variable here. Now if you going to take on the surface of the sphere, what changes we can implement is smaller place you can write capital R, then the expression becomes constant. Similarly here smaller plus capital R, if you write, you will get rho by 3 epsilon naught into capital R. That is also even constant only. That's why I am going to take the term like this. Second case, on the surface of the sphere, so on the surface of sphere means smaller equal to capital. Then I am going to change the expression directly. Here I am modifying the smaller plus capital. Then E on the surface, what expression you will get? Here you observe it. In place of smaller, capital you are writing. So 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught into q by capital R square. As well as in terms of density, volume charge density, you can write the expression E on the surface is, you can write as E on the surface equal to rho by 3 epsilon naught into capital R cube by, in place of smaller if you write capital R, you can get R square. Then we will get the expression like this: rho by 3 epsilon naught R. You know, this is also be constant and it is the maximum value. So it is a maximum value and it is a constant. So after the finishing the electric field intensity on the surface, now we can go for the electric field intensity inside the sphere case. So inside the sphere means the distance whatever you are taking smaller is less than the capital R. So now we will find that one. The electric field intensity inside the surface means inside the sphere, we are going to take third case. Inside the sphere, let us observe the thing. Inside the sphere means R is less than, the distance point R is less than capital. Let us see. I am taking a point P which is inside the sphere and the distance is R from the center O. Now what I have to do? I have to be constructing a Gaussian surface whose radius is R now. That R is less than capital. So this is the Gaussian surface. Okay. So electric field intensity Now you can the same procedure you can follow here. Earlier the charge is 0 in conducting case, but here now charge is not 0. The electric field intensity E direction as well as area vector direction, both are along the same direction. Then from Gauss law we can write that from Gauss law integral E ds, directly I am writing 1 by epsilon naught times the net charge, and integral E ds equal to 1 by epsilon naught times the net charge. What is the net charge? Means here what is the charge enclosed by this Gaussian sphere? The charge enclosed by this Gaussian sphere. So the charge enclosed by the Gaussian sphere means charge density into the volume of this Gaussian sphere. Charge density into the volume of this Gaussian sphere, if you multiply, you will get the what is the charge enclosed by this Gaussian sphere. That's why I am writing that one here. Q net is nothing but volume charge density into volume of Gaussian sphere. Then if you multiply that, so E, and what about this integral ds? Integral ds is nothing but Gaussian surface area. The Gaussian surface area is, radius is smaller, no? So spherical in shape, so 4 pi small r square equal to 1 by epsilon naught times C. Volume charge density into volume of Gaussian sphere is, volume of Gaussian sphere radius is also smaller. So we can write that 4 by 3 pi small r cube. Then 4 pi, here 4 pi going to be cancelled. Then E equal to what? Rho r cube by 3 epsilon naught r square. Then you can write that rho r by 3 epsilon naught. In terms, you can understand that E inside is, electric field intensity E inside is directly proportional to distance. Therefore, you can write E inside is directly proportional to R. And if you going towards the center in the sense what you can write is in smaller place, you can write 0. So at the center of the sphere, you can write that R equal to small r equal to 0. If small r equal to 0, how this expression is going to be changed? R plus 0 is completely it becomes 0. So E at center is 0. So up to the surface it is linearly increases. Means maximum it reaches. Outside of the sphere it is inversely proportional to distance square, means that is the nature of the graph is rectangular hyperbola. So it is exponential, means it is continuously decreases and reaches to 0 at infinite distance. Then we can write the variation of electric field intensity due to means of non-conducting sphere with respect to distance will be draw the curve by knowing the already the expressions, you know, just we can be write those expressions how it is varying with respect to the distance like this. Outside, you know, it is inversely proportional to distance square. So I am writing here electric field intensity outside is inversely proportional to distance square. And what about the surface? Electric field intensity on the surface is, we have rho capital R by 3 epsilon naught. It is constant and maximum value. And E inside is directly proportional to R. So E inside is directly proportional to R means it is linearly increasing. Means nature of the graph is a straight line. Linearly it is depends on distance, means from center to the surface the electric field intensity linearly increases. So we have the thing what we have linear curve, that is straight line. On the surface it is maximum value. Outside it is inversely proportional to distance, means it is exponents the nature of the graph is a rectangular hyperbola. Now I am going to write the variation of electric field intensity, variation of E with respect to R. Now I am going to take electric field intensity on y-axis, distance on x-axis. This is center. Center electric field intensity is 0 anyhow. We have E electric field intensity and center is 0. Inside up to the surface it is linearly increases. So this is the surface, small r equal to capital R. So up to this extent E varies linearly with distance. So the nature of the curve is a straight line. So E inside is directly proportional to R. And it is a maximum value on the surface, that is how much? Rho R by 3 epsilon naught. And outside is inverse proportional distance square. The nature of the graph is a rectangular hyperbola. Then you can observe this one as E outside is inversely proportional to distance. So this is the variation of the electric field intensity with respect to the distance. So this is the case you can observe even in the case of non-conducting cylinder. So this is the last application of Gauss law. So we discussed linearly charged conducting because of thin wire. We discussed as well as cylinder. We discussed as well as a plane sheet. We discussed as well as the sphere. We discussed. In this the board point of view, this case is very important, and several times they asked this question: electric field intensity due to conducting sphere. So cases inside, outside, on the surface. Those you have to practice it. Next, on basis of the Gauss law, what kind of objective questions they will ask you, and what concepts will be asked in the objectives. That is also we will be continue in the next session. So if any doubts is there, please contact us and come with your parents to the college and clarify your doubts and practice well. But please watch the videos, because if a continuation is not there, you will get confused. So continuously one part to one part continuation is there, then you can able to understand the concepts well. So one video if you not watching, another video if you watch it, that is confuses you. So that's why continuously all